Spare the moment. It's gotta happen. So this is gonna be another review. This is a review on Monica Elohim's video. She just published it yesterday and is entitled 3 Ways the Most High Prepares You for His Divine Work. Now, she used the term God, but I don't use that term. Now, I was pretty much almost done with this video, a little over halfway, about maybe 7 minutes into it, and it's only an 11-minute video, okay? But man, she's spitting so much truth, and it's on my spirit to give a review and connect my life to what she's saying, okay? So let me go ahead and start this video.
Hello everyone, I'm Monica Elohim. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your continued love and support of my channel. Welcome to all of my new subscribers, as well as the ones who started out with me about 4 months ago. You all are greatly appreciated, and I thank you so much. I love you all. I'm going to be speaking in this video about ways in which God prepares you for His divine work. I'm going to discuss 3 ways in which God prepares you for His divine work. I have some notes over here, so if you see me looking to the side, that's what I'm doing. So first, usually when you get the call from God, it is a scary, terrifying thing. If it's not scary or terrifying, if it doesn't make you feel fearful, then it's not the call from God, ladies and gentlemen. I guess you...
See, I didn't mean to stop her while she in the middle of talking, but it's on my spirit to connect my life and where I was at when I heard the call from the Most High, okay? And like what she's saying is how, it'll be fearful, and you're going to be wondering, like, how the heck am I going to do that, Man, I was so involved on SL, okay? Lots of different girlfriends, okay? I didn't see my life without being able to have sex, okay? I didn't see my life without intimacy with these women, okay? On SL, all right? I didn't see my life without that, and I didn't see how I was gonna be able to stop that, okay? But I knew when the Father was calling me, I knew that was going to be a requirement, that I was going to have to give up SL. I was going to have to give up sexual immorality. So at that time, that terrified me, because I had no idea how I was going to be able to give that up, or even if I could give that up. So it terrified me, like, well, what if I don't? Like, that's going to be like great condemnation on me. Plus the Father never let me forget, okay? I had constant conviction, constant feelings of just His Spirit like departing from me as I continued to be disobedient, and that terrified me, okay? I didn't want His Spirit to depart from me. I didn't want to feel far from the Father. I didn't want to feel far from the Spirit of truth that I had come to know and love, because I had always been searching my whole life, and I finally had come in contact with my inner power, the Most High, my power, okay? And I didn't want to lose that, but at the same time, I had no idea how I was going to be able to stop sexual immorality, okay? But when I finally chose to, like, heed to the Spirit, and I continued to, just do as I was led to do. I did not leave SL right away, but I went and I began to study. I began on my journey, even though He allowed me to stay on SL for a period of time. It was like good 4 years, okay? Because it was like 2016 when I first heard the call and felt the call, and finding out who I am and all of that. Pretty much my whole life the Father has been preparing me, but I didn't know it, okay? I didn't know that He was preparing me to do work for the kingdom, okay? I didn't know what my purpose was, All my life, I was wondering and searching for what my purpose was, okay? Now, I'm not trying to stray too far off. This is all connected. But, as I began on my journey, I didn't stay stagnant. Even though I was still on SL and I was still participating in sexual immorality, I had the ears to hear him, and I was obedient in a lot of other things, okay? I was obedient in my diet in 2017, giving up the shellfish and the pork and all of that, elevating from that in 2019, giving up the animal flesh. So it wasn't like I was walking in pure disobedience to the spirit of truth. It's just that I didn't do everything right away. It was in stages. It was in elevation, okay? It took time to be able to give up sexual immorality. It took time to be able to give up SL and being on there, because the Father had to break it down to me on even the reasons why I was on there. I didn't need therapy. I didn't need therapy because I had the spirit of truth, and the spirit of truth taught me all about me and all about the reasons why I did the things that I did, okay? And why I craved being on SL. Why I craved the intimacy of these women on SL, okay? So, as I began to be led by the Spirit and I began to be obedient in these other areas, that gave a helping hand for me to be obedient in more areas of my life, okay? So, I finally was able to give up the sexual immorality in its season when it was time. But see, she's going to go through some things. She's going to say some things, and so she's going to give a warning to not ignore the call of doing something that you're supposed to do. Like for me, in my case, I was supposed to come up off SL. I was no longer supposed to be on there, but I was staying on there regardless of how I felt the call to come up off of there, okay? Now, let me let her play this, so I'll connect it to my life once she says it, okay? Let me go back to Stab it. I'm just going to play it.
You say, well, why does it have to be scared or fearful? Because God gives you a huge vision for your life. He's not going to give you something that's mediocre and small. So when he gives you the vision is usually something that is is huge, is large, and then you are sitting there thinking about it saying, well, really, how am I going to do this? That's not the question that you ask. You don't ask that question. All you do is show up, bring yourself forth, and allow God to do the rest of the work. Now, the first way in which God would prepare you for his divine work is he sets you aside, he sets you apart from all others. Of course, you may know what this means, but I'm going to briefly explain what I'm saying. If you find yourself, you're no longer interested in being around the same people that you used to be around, or, family functions, friends, associates, co-workers, whomever, you may even not want to be around your spouse, your boyfriend, or your girlfriend anymore. At least not like you used to be. Because what happens is, when he gets ready to set you apart, set you aside, this is an automatic change that will happen within you first. It's not something that you can control. You may try to, but the more you resist God trying to set you apart and set you aside, the more difficult it's going to be for you in the relationships that you're in, or, with the family members. And what I mean by that is, if you are constantly resisting God's will to set you apart and set you aside somewhere so that God can start training you, preparing you, and grooming you for his divine task, there will be situations and circumstances caused in your life between you and these people to force you away from them. So you may want to be obedient to God.
See, See that right there? Like where she just said, like if you continue to resist, then there's gonna be circumstances that happens in these relationships that you're holding on to. Okay? So I was holding on to SL. And I was holding on to these relationships with these women. And shit just went to hell in a handbasket, bruh. Like these women just would start picking fights with me out of nowhere, okay? It began to be chaotic in my life on there, okay? My club was not doing as well as, I felt like it should have, because I'm like, bro, we get so many compliments on our club and on our music, but yet it was not taking off, okay? And like I said, all of the relationships that I had with these women, it became chaos, okay? It became destructive, okay? Like it just was, it was weird how it happened, and it was just like out of nowhere, all of a sudden I'm not on good terms with any of them, okay? They all had an issue with me out of nowhere, okay? And it was over different things, but most of it was petty and mediocre, okay? Like they would just have attitudes with me out of nowhere. And anyway, it was these signs, like I didn't know it at the time, okay? I just wondered to myself, like, why is this happening? Like, why is everything seeming to, to go to crap, Like, my life used to be so good on there. That was my life, okay? My life, I had a virtual life, all right? I lived for SL. I lived for my virtual life, okay? I lived in this virtual world. Okay, for many years, and I depended upon this virtual world for my happiness, okay, my security and my happiness, okay, and all of a sudden my happiness was taken away because no longer was I comfortable on there. The comfort got taken away. My security got taken away. My happiness got taken away. I wasn't even able to have sex on there because they were all mad at me. Okay? So it got to the point to where it's like, bruh, like, so as I was studying his word, I began to have a less of a desire to be on there, because it was like, well, damn, I'm hated on there anyway. All of a sudden, these women started hating me, out of nowhere. They just started hating me, okay? And that's how it happened, bro. Little bit by little bit, I began to come up off of there and spend more time studying in his word and in these books that he would lead me to. And for many years, I absorbed by way of the Spirit, teachings by way of the Spirit, where he led me, and I was like a sponge, and I absorbed it all, as I read the Torah, as I went back and started reading in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, on to Joshua, and all the, books of the, Old Testament, pretty much, all the way up to like Nehemiah. I think I'm on Nehemiah. Bruh. And questioning as I was reading these things, like things that didn't make sense. I noted that, like this doesn't make sense. So it was there in the back of my, like, fouled, that this don't make sense. So later, when the Father began to bring more fullness of his truth, those things that was on the shelf, like this doesn't make sense, like, oh, that's why this doesn't make sense. And so he began to, like, clarify these things and, like, make me understand that not everything in the Bible is his infallible word. Okay? Now, I'm not trying to make this thing super long, but this is how my journey was when the Father called me. Okay? Let me go ahead and continue.
God, when God is trying to set you aside and set you apart so that God can go ahead and train you, upload the software, the divine software to your system so that you can be prepared to speak it when God puts you forth before the people. Do you understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? Second way is God will bring about automatic changes in your life that will be automatically reflected outwardly as well. Now, like I said in the first reason, these are changes and things that you cannot control. These are automatic processes that's going to happen. Now, you can try to resist the automatic process that's going to be brought about on your life when God is trying to prepare you, but I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to be very successful at it, because when these changes come, they're going to be noticeable outwardly, because see, the changes start within first. And anything that is changed within, it has to change without. It's the
Exactly. She don't take a breath to let me freaking pause, bro. Oh man, she going fast. But yes, this is so true, okay? Now, my outward changes is not finished, okay? It's a continual process. As the Father cleanses me from the inside, it is going to reflect on the outside. But I will show you, again, I'm going to show you before and after pictures, okay? I have lost, I don't even know how much now. So I was almost 400 pounds. My heaviest, I was 376 pounds, okay? That was my heaviest. And this is at like 5'4", okay? I'm short, okay? I've always disliked being that short, but I'm 5'4", okay? So imagine someone 5'4" at 376 pounds. You can just imagine how difficult it was for me to get around and how I would look, okay? Here's some pictures, and I'm showing you, all right? I was humongous. My diet consisted of fast food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I had no knowledge, okay? I was dead in spirit, okay? Had no understanding of the true law of the Father, okay? And what the Father gave us in the beginning, okay? So I was lost, all right? I was a lost sheep that the Father had tapped and put his word in, okay? And as he put his word in me, and I began to be obedient to his word, and I did some fasting as I was led to do. I did a juice fast for like 6 days. Didn't eat anything for 6 days, okay? Nothing but juice, all right? And I guess this jump started my system to go ahead and begin cleansing from the inside, okay? Now, today, I'm about 220 pounds. The last time I was weighed, which was not even a month ago, I was at 220, okay? Been 220 for the last couple of times I've been weighed, all right? Now, this weight is not coming off instantaneous, okay? It is a process, all right? It's a continual process. It's coming off very slowly because this is a lifestyle change. It's not a diet, okay? It's not a quick fix, all right? This is something that's going to be with me for the rest of my life, healing my body from the inside out. Eventually, I will have the body that I was designed to have, from birth. I was designed to have a certain body type, okay? I was not meant to be morbidly obese, okay? So in due time, my body is gonna be normal, okay? Normal size. I'm gonna be healthy, okay? And how he created us to be as I continue to be obedient to his word. These changes will reflect on the outside, and you can clearly see as of now what I look like versus what I looked like when I was freaking 376 pounds, okay? Continuing.
divine law. It's just how it works. As within, so without. As above, so below. Whatever is happening within, which is the spirit world, it has to manifest outwardly. So when God bring about these changes in your life within, because it starts there first, they are going to be reflected outwardly, and it's going to be noticeable to people. Whether God has told you to fast, meaning you're not going to be enjoying the same foods that you used to like a couple months ago. You're going to be on an automatic fast that God has placed you on, because you're not going to know what's going on. All you're going to be saying is, I used to like such and such, but I don't even like that anymore. I used to really like to eat it or drink it or whatever your case may be. But then you're going to find you don't want it. You're going to be repulsed by it, at least for a time. So
I am repulsed by animals' flesh, okay? And the more, like, bruh, and this came over a period of time, okay? Because it wasn't that way at first. At first, you know, the only reason I didn't want it was because the Father had brought me into the knowledge that it was never from him, okay? And that it was evil, all right? So that was my deterrent. My deterrent wasn't because I didn't like the taste of animals' flesh, okay? I had come to love it, and I thought I would be a carnivore forever, okay? I didn't know that it was against the Father. I was doing it out of ignorance, okay? So when I came into the knowledge that it never came from him, that was what stopped me from continuing it, okay? And so I still had cravings. I still had cravings of it, but over a period of time, I began to be repulsed of it, okay? And to this day, just the thought of eating a dead body, and because that's the way I see it now. I don't see it as chicken. I don't see it as a steak. Okay, I don't see it as, you know, I don't see it as meat anymore. Okay, I literally see it and I view it as what it is. Okay, the truth of the matter is a dead body. Okay, so I'm literally repulsed by it, and it ain't gonna change. Okay, continuing.
you will have an automatic fast. You know, people have written to me and asked me, how should we fast when we're on the spiritual journey? That is something you don't have to worry about, ladies and gentlemen, because that's going to be an automatic process that's going to be brought about by God, you know, within, and it's going to automatically reflect on the outside. Last thing, you will be placed in difficult situations and circumstances to teach you certain things, such as strength, courage, bravery, boldness, confidence, all those type of things like that.
Bruh, my entire life has been in a fire, okay? I have been placed in all kinds of situations to where most people wouldn't have any. I had no idea how I would get out of those situations, okay? I'm still currently in a situation. I have no income, okay? I'm 100% dependent upon the Father to take care of all my wants and all my needs, okay? As I dedicate my entire life to doing the work that I know he's called me to do, okay? This is not saying out of arrogance, all right? I had to be obedient to his word, okay? And when I say his word, I don't mean written words of men and pages of books, okay? I mean his word that lives within me, okay? That can be confirmed through written words in pages of books, okay? I don't look to written words in pages of books as his word. I look to the written words in pages of books as confirmation to his word that is living within me and in all of his creation, okay? And by those confirmations, through 2 or 3 witnesses, that is how his word is established, okay? But it lives within us, and then he gives us confirmation through the written word, okay? That's where you get your confirmation. That's not where you get your truth, Okay, where you get your truth, the eternal truth that comes from the Spirit, that comes from the Most High, that's within you. Okay, but in order to discern what's within you, whether it be from the Father, He will lead you to His written word that can be confirmed by 2 or 3 witnesses. Okay, the confirmation is in the written word. All right, but the truth lives within you. All right, I hope I explained that to where people can understand it. People are doing it backwards. People are looking to the written word as if that's the word of the Most High, when His true word lives within them, and they should be using the written word for confirmation for what the Father has spoken to your spirit. Okay, that's the way that it's supposed to be done, not the other way around.
When you're being prepared to take on a divine task for God, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be placed into situations that are going to teach you strength, confidence, patience as well, bravery, courage, and how to be bold. Those are just a few of the things that you're going to be taught. There are many others, but those right there, those are the first and foremost things that you need in order to be able to come before people, because people are mean, cruel, and evil, generally. So when God puts His messengers before the people, of course they're going to attack God's messengers because they are not prepared for the message. They have been taught falsehoods all their life, and when God places a messenger before the people so that person can be a vessel through which God is speaking the truth to and through to the people are not going to believe the message because it's going to be too great of an idea for them. They're going to be like, well, no, we go to church every Sunday or Saturday, whenever you go, and our God said this and this and this. That's what people will say to me. Our God said this. Well,
I mean, I've heard it my whole life, bro. I'm like, okay, not my whole life, but yes. Well, since the Father put His word in me, okay, but it's been this way throughout my whole life, okay. I've always gone against the grain, okay, always gone against the grain. So it's been this way my whole life, okay. But now, even more so that He's given me His true word, and when I speak His true word, it is not well received, okay. I am very much hated on Facebook now, okay? Now this started since the end of March, okay? This is when my channel was led by way of the Spirit, first of all. But apparently I done stepped on too many toes of Satan to alright, to where it just started, all hell broke loose in my life, bro. All hell broke loose. My finances went up in smoke, okay? At the same time, all hell broke loose on my Facebook, okay? It just went crazy, okay? But I was being obedient to the Father, and I was living my life in a righteous manner to the best of my ability. Still am, okay? Still celibate to this day. Still don't eat the dead carcasses of my Father's innocent creation. Still treat my neighbor the way that I want to be treated despite how I'm treated. Still generous, still giving, still kind, loving, okay? All the fruits of the Spirit that the Father has called me to reflect in my life, okay? We are to be a light to this world, okay? We're to be a light unto all nations. And I'm doing that to the best of my ability. As I continue to do this, and He continues to download these messages to me, and I continue to put out this work for the kingdom of the Most High, Satan don't like that, okay? The demons don't like that, all right? So On my Facebook, it's like crickets, okay? Even the righteous brothers and sisters that I thought would be in my corner and would be there to support me. Look, I pretty much have hardly no support, okay? I noticed that my subscribers have grown on my YouTube. And as my subscribers have grown on my YouTube, I have lost so many friends on Facebook, so many followers on Facebook, okay? Now I'm seeing my followers increase on Facebook, but my friends list is dropping, okay? I'm noticing more and more people deleting themselves off my list on Facebook, okay? And I post a lot of things on Facebook. It goes unnoticed. Well, one, Facebook is shadow banning me. They have been shadow banning me for about over a year now, okay? I've been on a restricted list since I can't even tell you how long, okay? It's been over a year, okay? It's been over a year that I've been restricted on Facebook, okay? To where my post is moved lower in the news feed, okay? I know that I'm one of the ones that caused Facebook to change tags, okay? No longer do tags show up on people's wall, okay? Facebook has changed it to where now when you tag people, it shows up in their inbox. They're doing the most to try to suppress this truth of the Most High, okay? When I tag people, hardly no one reacts to it. Okay? I am not seeking glory and honors of men. I'm not seeking praise of men. But at the same time, I notice how a lot of my stuff gets ignored. Okay? People are ignoring me on a mass scale. Okay? They hate this truth. They hate the fact that I'm bringing out this truth by way of the Spirit. Okay? They have tried everything that they could to break me and to stop me from doing the work that I've been called to do. Look, just because you don't like my posts, just because you don't like my videos, don't mean that I'm going to stop doing it, okay? Because I'm not doing it for honors of men. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not doing it for the glories and all of this, okay? I'm doing it because it's what I was called to do. And I'm going to continue to do it, all right? But it just goes to show that when you're speaking the truth of the Father, you're not popular. You're going to be hated, okay? And I've been hated my whole life, and even more so now.
Let your God say what you want to say, because whether people know it or not, the majority of the people in the world who go to these churches, they don't understand that they are worshiping a dark one. They don't know.
Exactly. And how many times have I said that? How many times have the Father had me bring this out? That majority of people, all of you in your religions, in your religious institutions, you are not serving the Most High, eternal power, creator of love and life, okay? You are serving the one that set himself up in authority over the Father's people and said, I will ascend above the heights of the heavens. I will be like the Most High. You're serving a counterfeit, okay? You're not serving the true power. I've said this over and over and over. This is confirmation. She's bringing out the same thing that I've been saying over and over and over again, okay? This is by way of the Spirit.
That they're not worshiping who they think they're worshiping. Even the character Jesus Christ told them, we know who we worship, you know not who you worship. They attack Jesus Christ too. See, many of you serve whom you say is Jesus Christ, but you attack Jesus Christ's teachings. How does that work, ladies and gentlemen? How? You read the scriptures, I guess you do. I guess you understand the scriptures, or maybe you just understand them on the surface. Do you not understand that they attack Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
And that's why he said to the messengers following him, coming after him, Remember, when they attacked me or when they hated me, when they attack you or hate you, they hated me first.
Exactly.
All of you know he said that. That was to the messengers that was to come after him.
Bruh, if this ain't confirmation, bro, I can show you how much I'm hated on Facebook, okay? I am literally hated. You know, I have broke down and cried, okay? I'm gonna keep it real. This is not because I want praise and honors and glories of men and clout and all of this trivial crap, okay? It breaks my heart that I don't have the love that I thought that I would receive from the brothers and sisters that I have supported all of this time, okay? And continue to support. I have a heart of gold, okay? I'm not saying this out of arrogance and I'm not tooting my own horn. It's just who I am. Okay, I am a lover, and I will still continuously love on posts that I see that bear record with my spirit. They're telling the truth, so I'm not just going to be bitter-hearted and choose to not love it because they don't love my stuff. Okay, I notice that they don't love my stuff. I notice that they absolutely ignore me, okay? But I continuously share their work. I continuously promote their work and share their work, love on their work, okay? Despite how I am treated by them, each and every one of them, and they know who they are, okay? Because I love on a lot of my brothers and sisters' posts, okay? I share their videos. I share their posts, okay? But they have yet to support me. And it's okay. Because like I said, I'm not doing this for the honors and glories of men and or clout or praise or any of that. It is about the love that I craved, okay? So the reason I broke down and cried was because, Father, I don't understand why even the right, because I understand why those that ain't righteous, I understand why they hate me, I understand why they ignore me, but I don't understand why those that I thought was righteous are doing it, okay? Why the elders whom I looked up to and learned so much from, why have they excommunicated me? Why have I been placed aside like I don't matter? Why do they not care about me? Why do they not show love to me? I have cried out to the Father so many times, asking him, why, Father? Why? Why can't I have a family? Where is my tribe at? Where is those that love me unconditionally the way that I love, Father? Where are they? Because I have yet to see it. I have yet to see the support in which I show. In my life, I show this support, but I have yet to get it. Why is that, Father? I cry out to him constantly, wondering, why have I been excommunicated from the Hebrew community? He has set me apart. A lot of the things that he has me bringing out, these so-called righteous people, they're not ready to accept it, okay? They're not ready to accept his true word coming by way of the Spirit through someone that identifies as a transgender, okay? They're not ready to accept that, and they have issues with me because of my birth gender, and because of how I identify, and because of my outward appearance, and because of my natural personality. They got these hang-ups, but I am commanded to love them regardless, and I do. But it doesn't mean that it ain't hard, okay? It doesn't mean that I don't cry out to the Father in hurt. Okay? It doesn't mean that my heart doesn't bleed. Okay?
They hated me. When they hate you, they hated him first. That's why he's telling us that. Because we already know what we're going to go through with the people. You say you love Jesus Christ, but you don't accept Jesus Christ's teachings. How does that work? I don't understand your logic. I don't understand your logic.
Because they've been deceived. Okay? They have casted aside the Messiah and have picked up Apostle Paul. Okay, so-called Apostle Paul, because he ain't no apostle. He's a self-appointed apostle, okay? But you hate the one that came here to reprove you, which is the Messiah and all of his disciples that he hand chose. No, you cast them aside and you pick up Apostle Paul. That's who you believe in. That's your God. Your God is Paul, not the one who you call Jesus.
The teachings do not change. They are the same from generation to generation to generation. The messenger who comes may look different and change, but the teachings remains the same. It is the Old Testament, the Torah.
And the New Testament, because the Messiah came to give us a higher law. And he told you that in the New Testament, out of the Messiah's own mouth. He said, before Abraham was, I am. So let's go to it. He said, before Abraham was, I am. Okay? This is John 8:58. Okay? Now, hold on, let me get the context here. See, he's dealing with these Pharisees. Okay? He's dealing with these religious leaders. Alright? Now, all of you that are in your churches, all of you in your religions, you're following the religious leaders, okay? You're following those that set themselves up in authority over you. And you ignore the teachings of the Messiah, okay? Messiah said, see, as he spoke these words, this is going to be verse 30. I went up here to verse 30. As he spake these words, many believed on him. Okay? Then the Messiah said to the Israelites of the tribe of Judah, which believed on him, if you continue in my word, then ye are my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Many of you can care less to know the truth. You want to hold to your beliefs. Okay? Truth and belief is not the same thing. You were taught your belief. Okay? You must let go of your belief in order to get the truth of the Most High. Verse 33. They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou that ye shall be made free? Now these were your Edomites, okay? These were your Edomites that had infiltrated into the Israelites, okay? They infiltrated themselves, and they called themselves Jews, okay? Now, no, it's not your white man. No, it's not the European, because most of these Europeans are Gentiles. They come from the seed of Japheth. And then you have some of them not Gentile, because the Gentiles come from Japheth, okay? But you get some so-called Europeans, some pale-skinned white people that actually descend from Canaan, okay? Now, so these Edomites, though, that call themselves Jews, they ain't never been in bondage. But the Israelites, the true seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we've been in and out of captivity time and time again, to where, I forget who it was it Jeremiah? Who was it? One of them said, is Israel a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Let me find out who said that. Give me a second. I think it was Jeremiah. Yeah, it was Jeremiah. Okay? Is Israel a homeborn slave? Is he a servant? Why is he spoiled? I'm gonna get it. Alright? And this, again, this is on the spur of the moment. It's not planned. Okay? This is Jeremiah chapter 2, starting at verse 12. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Most High, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of the living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. Okay? You're casting off what the Father put within you. His word lives within you. His word is written on your heart and in your spirit. Okay? But you cast that out. You cast that out for precepts of men. Okay? For cisterns. Broken cisterns. You cast it out for written words of men that has been distorted and manipulated. Okay? So therefore it can't hold any water. Okay, so Jeremiah asks, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? The young lions roared upon him and yelled, and they made his land waste. His cities are burned without inhabitant. And also the children of Nophh, I can't pronounce these names, Nophh and Tahpenes have broken the crown of thy head. Okay? And I'm going to skip on down to verse 19. Thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken the Most High thy power, and that my fear is not in thee, says the Most High power of hosts. Like you don't reverence the Most High thy power that gave you the breath of life. No, you blaspheme against him as you say that he commanded animal sacrifice, as you say that he blessing your dead flesh and blood that is on your plate. He never gave you dead bodies to eat, though you blaspheme his name every single time you sit there and eat the dead bodies of the fathers innocent creation, and you fix your mouth to sit there and say a so-called prayer over your dead carcasses. He ain't blessing your dead bodies. He didn't give you that to eat. You praying to your father Lucifer. Now let's get back to John. Okay, so he answered them after they said, we ain't been in bondage to no man, so how shall we be free? He answered them and he said, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is a servant to sin. Okay? I was a servant to my wickedness as I was committing sexual immorality, and even knowing that I was being convicted of it, okay? Every single time that I engaged in it, I was convicted of it, okay? And I was a servant of that sin until I was finally able to break free of it. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth forever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. I know that you are Abraham's seed, but ye seek to kill me, because my word has no place in you. Now see, he said that they were of Abraham's seed. Yeah, Esau is of Abraham's seed. Edomites is of Abraham's seed, okay? They come from Abraham and Isaac, but not Jacob. Okay, Jacob spawned the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, now these so-called Jews, they sought to kill him because his word had no place in them, just like they seek to kill us today, because his word have no place in them. Therefore they hate us. Okay? I speak that which I have seen with my Father, and ye do that which you have seen with your father. All these stiff-necked Israelites today, they want to continue to follow in the footsteps of their unrighteous forefathers, their wicked-ass forefathers that slaughtered the Father's innocent creation when the Father never asked for that in the first place. They want to continue to follow in the footsteps of their wicked-ass forefathers, wearing fringes and doing all of these things on the outward, okay, while ignoring his word that lives within them. Then they answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. And the Messiah said unto them, if ye were Abraham's children, ye would do the works of Abraham. But now you seek to kill me. Now you seek to kill me, a man that has told you the truth, which I have heard of the Most High. This Abraham did not do. Abraham didn't do what you're doing. You do the deeds of your father. Then they said to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one Father, even the Most High, even God. So now they're starting to blaspheme against him. Now they start to try to put him down, and now they try to say that he's an abomination, like they try to say about me. Okay? They try to say the same thing about me. They said we be not born of fornication. We have one Father. Because, see, they're mocking. They're mocking the fact that Joseph is his father, but he claims that the Most High is his father. So they're mocking, basically saying, oh, well, how are you the Most High son? How are you God's son? So God had sex with Mary? Mary was impregnated by a spirit? That's fornication. Or are they saying because they didn't have the ceremony, because Joseph and Mary didn't have a ceremony, so they're claiming that it was fornication? I don't really know in what context they meant that. If they meant that as the Spirit, the Holy Spirit impregnated Mary, which would have been fornication and adultery, okay, because she was espoused to Joseph. So that right there is a wicked ideology in and of itself. Okay, he was born just like us. Joseph is his father, his biological father, okay? But just like the Messiah is the son of the Most High, we are all sons and daughters of the Most High, okay? And just like he came into this world, we came into this world. Just like we come into this world, he came into this world. It was no different, okay? The Messiah said unto them, if the Most High were your Father, you would love me, for I proceeded forth and I came from the Most High. Neither came I of myself, but him who sent me. Why do you not understand my speech, even because you cannot hear my word? Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you would do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in truth. He abode not in truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. Which of you convinces me of sin? And if I say the truth, why do you not believe me? He that is of the Most High heareth the words of the Most High. Ye therefore hear them not, because ye are not of the Most High. Then answered these stiff-necked Jews, okay? These stiff-necked Jews. Some of them were Israel, okay? Some of them were of the tribe of Judah, okay? But like I said, the Edomites infiltrated, and they called themselves Jews, okay? Then said these stiff-necked, disobedient Jews, okay, to him, say we not well that thou art a Samaritan and hath the devil. See, now they blaspheming even more. Now they saying that he got a devil. They call him a Samaritan. Say we not well that thou art a Samaritan. So they called him a Samaritan and says that they asked him if he got a devil. And the Messiah answers and says, I have not a devil. I don't have a devil, but I honor my Father, and ye do dishonor me. And I seek not my own glory. I seek not my own glory. There is one that seeketh and judges. Okay? Verily, verily, I say unto you, if a man keep my saying, he shall never see death. Okay? Then these stiff necks said unto him, now we know that thou hast a devil. Abraham is dead, and the prophets, and thou sayest, if a man keep my saying, he shall never taste death. Art thou greater than our father Abraham, which is dead, and the prophets are dead, whom thou makest thyself? And the Messiah said, if I honor myself, my honor is nothing. It is my Father that honoreth me, of whom you say that he is your power. Yet ye have not known him, but I know him. If I say I know him not, I shall be a liar like unto you. But I know him, and I keep his saying. Saying for me, I follow the Messiah. I follow the good shepherd. Okay? Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. Then these stiff-necked Jews said unto him, thou art not 50 years old, and thou hast seen Abraham? And the Messiah said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. Okay? Because the Messiah is who built this world. He is the one. And we're going to get there. Let me read this last verse. Okay? Then they took up stones to cast at him. But the Messiah hid himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. Okay? Now, see, they leave out so much, because what if he had the ability to cloak himself? Like, bruh, they took up stones to cast at him. How did he hide himself? How did he hide himself? All of us, because they were talking to him. They were communicating with him. So how in the heck, now that they done took up stones to cast at him, how in the heck did he hide himself? What are they leaving out? He hid himself, like he cloaked himself and went out of the temple, going through the midst of them, and so passed by. They're leaving out information, bruh. But let's go ahead and get what I was going to get. All right, to finalize this, give me just a second. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High, and the Word was the Most High. That's John 1:1, okay? This is the Messiah. This is the Messiah who you say you serve and worship, okay? So yes, before Abraham was, he was, okay? Because he created the world. He created this, okay? He is the rightful power of this world, okay? And he came in the name of the all power, okay? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High Power, and the Word was the Most High Power, and the same was in the beginning with the Most High. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. In Him was life, and the life was the light of men, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. There was a man sent from the Most High whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. Okay? Now John was sent to loose the strap. Like basically, he was the forerunner to the Messiah. Okay? And John baptized with water. He said that I'm not worthy. I'm not even worthy, okay, to loosen the straps of him, but I'm here to lay out the platform for him, okay, and that's what we're doing today. And these days and age, because the Messiah is coming back in all power, he's coming back with all power of the Most High, okay? Now, we've been taught a lot of lies, okay? So there's a lot of misconception, all right? And for the longest time, I was confused. I was confused on, well, you know, if, like, the Messiah ain't God, okay? Like, I'm like, but the Messiah ain't God. This is when I first came into the truth, you know, when I first came into his truth and his knowledge, there was like a conflict within me. I'm like trying to separate, you know, the Most High Almighty power because of how the Messiah spoke when he was here. And he always gave homage to the Most High Almighty power. He always gave homage to the Father, the creator of all love and life, okay? But now that I have a higher understanding, like, there are many gods, okay? But the all power of love and life, like, see, the Messiah was created, even his spirit. The Messiah's spirit was created. Yes, the Messiah is a God, okay? He is a God, and he is the rightful ruler of this earth. But right now, Satan has set himself up as the God of this earth, as the God of this world, okay? So that's why we live in a false reality, a strong delusion, okay? But he's coming back to take claim of this earth, okay? And right now, we're laying out the platform. We're laying out the red carpet for our big brother, the Messiah, that is going to crack that sky and come back and rule this earth in righteousness for 1,000 years, okay? Now, the Most High Almighty power of love and life is spirit, okay? He is all spirit. He's not in human form, okay? He's everlasting. He's the all power, okay? The all power of love and life, okay? The Messiah came in human form, okay? And now he has a glorified body. He is a God, okay? He is a power now, all right? Now, he was a power before he came here, okay? Like I said, like he was one of the firstborn of the all power of love and life, okay? He is the Word. He is the light, okay? When the all power spoke, let there be light. In my understanding, that's the Messiah, okay? Now, bruh, we are also gods upon this earth, okay? Now, in mortal form, our spirit needs to rule us, okay? And not our flesh. And as we walk in the spirit, we walk in our God power, okay? because our spirit came from the Most High. He said, ye are gods, okay? So you can't be scared to look at yourself as a god, because you were created by the Most High power. God is a title, okay? It's a title, first of all. It is not the all power of love and life. It's literally a title, okay? Now, our spirit comes from the all power of love and life, okay? And we were formed, we were created, our spirits were created by our heavenly Father and our earthly mother, okay? We came from the earth, from the elements of the earth, okay? I'm trying my best to break this down as simple as possible, okay? As simple as possible. Alright, it's really not hard to grasp, okay? The only reason that made it so hard is because we gotta get past the cognitive dissonance. We gotta get past all the things that we've been taught all of our life, because we've been taught lies and manipulation and deceit, okay? Corruption, which distorted the truth of the Most High. But if you only go in, if you go within, He will speak to your spirit, okay? And you must be obedient once He starts to reveal to you the things that are transgression against Him, against His true word that lives in you. You will begin to be convicted. Don't ignore that conviction. Change what He is having you change. Become obedient to His word, so that way He can begin the work within you, okay? And once He begins to work within you, it will portray on the outward, on your outward appearance. It will begin to show on the outside. Therefore, I look different. I'm looking different on my outside. I have lost from 376 pounds down to 220. That's significant weight loss, okay? So I look different on my outward appearance. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end it on that, because, bruh, like, I don't agree with everything that she says, but for the majority of this video, she was right on point. Now, I ain't gonna put her down. I'm not doing any of that, because she's doing what she's led to do, okay? And she's bringing forward what has been given to her, okay? And I understand that there are higher levels of truth. There are different layers to this, okay? So, bruh, that being said, in my understanding, yeah, there was a person that was, not, his name was not Jesus, because there was no letter J, but it doesn't matter what you refer to him as long as you follow his true doctrine, his true teachings, okay? You love your neighbor as you do yourself. You live your life in a righteous manner to the best of your ability. It matters not how you pronounce his name. It matters not what you call him, okay? You can call him Jesus all day, okay? As long as you doing what he told you to do, it doesn't matter. He doesn't care. Like, he understands. Like, he knows. There's a lot of people that throw around this saying, he knows my heart. But most of the people that say that, their heart is wicked as hell, okay? Your heart is wicked as hell, and you damn sure right. He does know your heart. And unfortunately, your heart is wicked as hell, and it's going to lead you to damnation, okay? But for those that are of genuine heart, and you don't know no better, and you using the term Jesus, but yet you doing your best to live your life righteously and, you know, following his footsteps, it don't matter that you call him Jesus. He will still show up for you, okay? Now, on that note, shalom.